welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I do this cornrow bun. So if that's something that you're interested in, please continue watching. Let's get into the video. These are the inspo pics from Pinterest that inspired this hairstyle, and I made sure to wash and condition my hair the night before as well as blow dry before putting it in these two cornrows to keep it detangled. I went in with this Olaplex bonding oil just as a way of strengthening my hair because I did keep this style in for a week, and so I wanted to make sure my hair had enough moisture and strengthening products in it before combing the oil throughout my hair. These are some of the things that I use for this hairstyle. It's this edge booster, Cecred hair and scalp balm, some clips, this mousse from the Doux, and obviously my braiding hair for my bun. I simulated where I wanted the bun to be, and once I was satisfied and confident that that's where everything would meet, I went ahead and separated my hair in half. I did section the front part of my hair into two sections for now at least, and I added the Cecred hair and scalp balm on the ends of my hair because for me that is important since I will be adding some hair extensions or some braided hair, and that could be very drying to my hair. So I just wanted to make sure I had enough moisture and a barrier between my actual hair and the synthetic hair that I was putting in. With the separations, I'm making sure that everything meets at that middle point. So I'm separating from the front of my hair all the way to the back where the bun is gonna be. I added the edge control on a little bit lower than my roots, as close to my roots as possible, but not on my actual scalp. After adding the edge control on both sides of the cornrow, I combed it through before starting to actually cornrow. Again, I'm making sure that I'm cornrowing from the front all the way back to the point where the bun is gonna meet. That is super important. You don't want to have the cornrows not equally meet in the middle because it's gonna mess up the overall look of your bun. And this process is pretty repetitive, so I went ahead and did that throughout the entirety of my hair. Sometimes like to start off my cornrow with actually a flat twist because I feel like that gives the cornrows a more uniformed, a more cleaner look, especially for the front of my hair. When I start off just cornrowing, sometimes I feel like the sections, they look all wonky or wobbly, but I feel like starting off with a flat twist, it can make everything look a little bit more uniformed, a little bit more cleaner, and you can get these really fine sections of your hair or these really fine pieces of your hair or your edges without putting or causing too much tension or pulling on the front of your hair. So that's a little tip or trick that I like to use. Going into this hairstyle, I had no idea what style I would actually do for the front of my hair. So this is me in real time trying to figure out what direction I want the rest of my cornrows to be in, especially that middle section that sits on top of my head. I have more of like a oval shaped head, and so certain styles can actually make my hair look a little bit more longer, and so I want to make sure that top section is laying as flat as it could be, so that way it makes the style look as complementary to my face and my features as possible. And so I settled on this slanted separation for the top of my hair, and again I'm just repeating that until I get to the other side of my hair, where the separation will then like kind of straighten itself out and go in a little more curved separation, so the corners again fits that specific side of my face, if that makes sense. When I finished with the front section, that is when I moved on to the back. And to start, I did go ahead and separate that back section of my hair in half and do the corners a little bit bigger than how I did the front, just to make it easier for me. Do not let your mind trick you into thinking that you need to reverse your hands, arms, or fingers in order for you to cornrow upward. If you know how to cornrow, the technique is going to be the same. The only difference is you're starting the cornrow from the base of your neck instead of where you typically start if you're cornrowing downwards. So for this hairstyle, after separating my hair from where my cornrow would end to where it would start, I keep the position of my hands the same as it would be if I was cornrowing downwards. I do adjust the position of my neck to make it easier, but the cornrow is starting from the base of my neck, and I'm using the same technique that I would use if I was cornrowing downward to just go up instead. The only thing that's changing is the position that I'm moving as I'm cornrowing. Instead of moving down, I'm just moving up. Your mind will try to make you think that it's not possible or that you need to do something different. You don't need to do anything different. I'm using the same technique. The positioning of my arms is still the same. The only difference is that I'm just going up instead. Does that make sense? Try envisioning the cornrow in your mind as you go, and instead of thinking of it as going downward to up, try thinking that you're doing it side to side. That also helps me in visualizing the hair that I need to grip as I go along my cornrow. It helps because my neck is positioned to the side as well, and so are my arms. So I hope that makes sense. There were two different methods I used when adding the braiding hair at the end of my cornrow. The first one was the loop method, where I separated one section into two pieces and looped them around each other. One full piece would be used as the middle part for the actual plait, and another piece will be split into two so I can use them as my side sections. I will match up the braiding hair with my actual hair and then plait from there. I like to braid at least 4 times before switching the position of my hands. Doing that just helps me to anchor the braid into my hair, and then switching my hands just helps give me a more seamless braid where I'm able to like tuck my real hair into the braiding hair so it can be as like smooth as possible. It's not perfect, but I don't mind at all, and I'll just continue to braid down the cornrow. The second method that I like to use is the feed in method, where I will split one piece of hair into 2 sections and add them piece by piece. So the first piece will be matched up to the sides of my hair, leaving the middle piece of my hair free, and then when that piece is free again and it's now become a side section, I will add the other piece of extension hair into my hair and continue braiding down. I like this method because it is a little bit more seamless than the knot method, because there is no knot with this method. And yeah, that is the two methods that I use to add the extensions into my hair. After adding the braided hair at the ends of my cornrows, I did a quick check to make sure that everything looked okay to me, and it did. So I did go ahead and add some of that mousse from the Doux. It's called the Most Left Texture Foam, I believe, and I just added that where I would be putting my band or my ponytail holder, because that is where my hair meets the braiding hair and a lot of friction will happen in that area. So I wanted to just smooth the ends of my hair to make sure it's as flat as possible. And then once I added ponytail holder or whatever you want to call it, I just twisted the braids into a circular motion and then went around that to create my bun, and it looks so cute. I remember my hair being styled like this as a child, and it's crazy to think that after past a certain age that we can't do certain styles to our hair. But this doesn't look childish at all to me. This looks actually really classy. It looks really chic, especially when I do my makeup and I'm dressed. So I really loved styling my hair like this week. Anyway, I did go ahead and lightly do my edges with that same edge control that I used on my hair and a soft bristle brush, and then I just sprayed some of the Amika Headstrong holding spray. I think that kind of helped everything really stay in place, and then I tied everything down with a scarf and I let that sit for like a couple minutes while I did my makeup, and then I came back on to show you guys what it looks like. And this is what the hair is looking like. It looks so cute, it looks so chic, it looks so classy. 10 out of 10 would recommend. This only took me maybe like 2 hours and a half, 2 hours 45 minutes to do, and that's simply because I added the braiding hair after I had already cornrowed my hair and not try to do my cornrows with the braiding hair, and that cut my styling time in half. So this doesn't have to be a difficult style at all. Obviously, if your hair is longer than mine, then you don't even need to add braiding hair to it. You just, cornrow your hair into your bun and you do your bun. Simple as that. Or if your hair is short, then you can just crochet a few pieces of hair or tie some hair around a ponytail and just, tie it around your hair. There's so many options. Just do whatever works for you.